Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great week so far. So here we are on a Friday, no less. I mean, what is going on with my upload schedule? So if you are new to this information, if you don't check my community page, I went from 3 videos per week to 2 because I just couldn't take any more. Frankly, it was breaking me. I felt like I was just throwing out kind of throwaway videos because I just didn't have 3 great ideas every week, and I didn't have the energy for 3 videos a week. You may or may not know that I work. I also have 2 young children, and so for those reasons I only get 1 day to film, and then like even that is between the hours of 9 and 3 while my daughter is in school. And then I try and edit in the evenings, and it's just a nightmare. My husband is away a lot in the winter because of his job. So yeah, it's been a struggle, and I just feel like my content is suffering. So I decided to go down to 2 videos, but sometimes I need to get 3 up. So what I'm saying is that we're going to be a little less consistent. There'll be 2 videos every week guaranteed on a Tuesday and a Saturday, and the rest of the time when I have a 3rd idea, when I have a 3rd video to get up, if I do a sponsored video, there will be a 3rd video, and that could happen at any time, at any moment. It could be coming right now. In fact, it is now, because here we are. Anyway, that's enough about me. This is November favourites, guys, and get excited, because this is the last favourites of the year, kind of, because December's will be 2019's favourites, so that's exciting. So this is the last monthly favourites of 2019, so get excited. But don't have really high expectations, because, you know, essentially it's the same as the other ones, but so first up, something that has literally, I mean, I don't want to oversell it, but it's honestly changed my life. And I know that's going to sound ridiculous, but it has in so many ways. And this is the RikiLovesRiki mirror. I mean, I'm going to, I don't know where to put it that it's not going to blind you. Or is this going to work? Should we go with there? I mean, I'm leaving fingerprints all over it. Is that any good? Then you're just looking at my umbrella. Is that okay? Is that acceptable? We're gonna have to go with it. So this was incredibly generously gifted to me by RikiLovesRiki. And this, along with the giant version they also gifted me, has fully changed my life, my makeup game, literally everything about it. I give my children their breakfast off of here now. Just kidding. I don't do that. Now, I have shown you guys where I do my makeup previously. I've shown you where it is. It's in my bedroom, and it is in the corner of my room. I have a really big bedroom. My dressing table is in one corner, the opposite side from my bed, and our lights, which are pretty dim anyway, are over the bed. So as far as getting ready, I mean, in the daytime it's a struggle, but at night I cannot see a thing. It is like so dark. I tried to get myself a light up mirror. I have this one. This was the one I was using before. I mean, the state of that. Put it away, put it back down. It's embarrassing. That's what I was working with before this blessed day arrived, and it was just a disaster. I would literally frequently move out of my bedroom where I was doing my makeup and into other lighting and be mortified and horrified by what I had seen and what I had done, because I just couldn't see what I was doing. The second thing was I was having to lean like this, which is excellent for your back if you didn't know. Because I was just trying to get out of, you know, the shadows that are cast by when you have uneven light. You know, you get light over here but none here, so I'm having to, like, this is how I was doing my makeup, like this. It was a fun time, and honestly my back was killing me, and it wasn't comfy and it wasn't fun. So the amazing thing about these mirrors, this is the Riki Skinny. I mean, look at it, it really is skinny girl. Fair play. And then in my bedroom, I couldn't bring it down here because you will see it's ginormous. This is the Riki Tall, and RikiLovesRiki were incredibly generous to gift me both of these mirrors. Now, I use the Riki Tall every day in my bedroom, and if you don't know about these mirrors, they're life-changing. I'm not going to turn the lights on here and now because, one, it just doesn't, you can't really tell I mean, this is the lowest setting and it has 5, and you just can't really, it doesn't do it justice. If I was to look at this right now, I'd be blinded. If I was to point this at my face, I'd be instantly blind. So I only use the lowest setting. That's all I need, and it is everything. It doesn't just light up the mirror, it lights the room, like it projects the light really out. Both the skinny and the tall come with Bluetooth function, so you can hook it up to your phone and take selfies using the remote control. I mean, okay. What I also love about these is they have a magnet on them and you can attach, so they come with both a phone holder, I mean, oh, look at that. So I actually put my phone here, and that's why you can use the selfie function to take selfies using the remote or using the button on here on the skinny one to take selfies without having to hold your phone and using the light. And that, again, I really struggle to photograph makeup because if you don't have enough light, you can't see the makeup. So my selfie game has really upped, I will tell you that. Also, it comes with a magnifying mirror, which is an actually excellent magnifying mirror. Usually I find these useless, but this one is just the perfect amount of magnification, if you will, that you can actually really benefit from it. So when I'm upstairs, this is how extra I've become. This is what Riki's done to me. They have really created a monster, let me tell you. So I will have my magnifying mirror on this one, and I have this on the side, and I do the bulk of my makeup in my Riki tool, and then I look in here for my magnification. That's where we've got to. It comes on this stand, which is adjustable, so you can have it as high or as low as you want. And then I put my phone holder on the big one, and I watch Netflix while I'm doing my makeup. Imagine how great my life is now. Well, I'm getting ready in the morning, or especially on a weekend when I've got lots of time, have my Netflix on here. At the moment I'm watching I Am a Killer, which I can highly recommend if you're really weird and murderous like me. That's what I'm watching. I put it on my phone, on the mirror, and it's like my mirror has a TV, and then down here's my magnification, and I'm just honestly living my best life. So I cannot recommend these mirrors highly enough. At the moment they are having a Black Friday sale. By the way, I wasn't told to say any of this. RikiLovesRiki just gifted me these gorgeous mirrors. They did not tell me to say anything. They didn't pay me for my false opinion. This is just the tea. Now, RikiLovesRiki's parent company or sister company, I don't know what relation they are, but Glamcor, who is kind of their professional lighting friend company, let's say, they also sent me this incredible light setup. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I didn't, prior to a few weeks ago when I received this light, used to do very many product shots because I just couldn't do them. I only had a ring light and the umbrella lights that I have on the sides. So you can't really hold the ring light over the top of a product and take a great photo. It's just not feasibly possible. So I've never really been able to get great product shots because in order to see products and what shades look like, you need good lighting and you need natural daylight type lighting so you can actually see what they look like, not what they look like when you're shining a torch on them, which has been my previous issue. Again, like everything with Riki, everything is rechargeable. You can plug it in, you can use the remote, and this light has a cool setting and a warm setting, so you can decide what light is best. So if you are starting out on YouTube, if you just love to take great selfies, this has a phone attachment again that you can buy extra to attach your phone to the stand if you want to take great photos, or if you're just using something some people do at work, you know, you need to do videos or you need to take photos for people for websites, things like that, or if you're any kind of esthetician, beautician, eyebrow professional, this light is incredible because you can just move the arms every which way, wherever you want. You can twist them, you can lower it, it's on a tripod, you can turn the lighting cooler to be more like daylight, or you can turn it warm, you can have it neutral. It is just amazing. I really found this helpful when I was doing my Barley Body self tanner review because I could actually use it flat to show my legs, whereas previously that was an issue. I would have had to stand up and somehow get my camera low enough and my light low enough to get on my legs. So if you're looking for like a starter kit for any kind of photographing or any kind of situation where you might need better lighting, I can highly recommend this light. It is absolutely the most useful thing for any kind of lighting, camera, photo situation. It also takes up way less space than like a ring light and umbrella light. So if you're starting up on YouTube or anything like that, and you don't have much space to do a whole lighting setup, that is really going to do everything you need with much less space taken up. So now onto the makeup. There are two eyeshadow palettes that stole my heart this month. I feel like this has been the month of eyeshadow palettes. We previously had the month of foundations. I mean, it was about 3 months of foundations, and this month has been the month of eyeshadow palettes, at least in this house. I don't know about you. First up, the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. Just such a delight. I really enjoy using this palette. You can see it's pretty messy already. I feel like this is one of the only sort of colourful, really large palettes that I really feel like I can use and is wearable. You can make some pretty colourful looks out of here as well, but for me, I'm afraid of colour, and I get scared of using it. You know, my life is very school runs, very minimal makeup in the places that I associate in. Sounds dodgy. It is. So a lot of the time, you know, I want my makeup to look natural, subtle, softer, but this kind of does all of that, but also gives me options to push myself out of my comfort zone, to experiment and play with colour, but still colour that I feel like suits me, suits my personality, and that I can work with my skill level. You don't need to be a professional to use this palette. I find it very easy to put colour combinations together. The mattes are the most blendable, creamy, insane mattes that are just so foolproof and easy to work with, and the shimmers are just so pretty and beautiful too. There are a million options in here. I've already done a full review of this palette, which I will link down below if you want. I've done 3 looks in that review, so if you want to see a few examples of what you can do with this palette, I will check that out down below. But I mean, you really can't go wrong with this palette. It is absolutely something for everybody and every occasion. And the second eyeshadow palette that blew my mind this month is Pat McGrath's Divine Rose. Now, my review will either have just gone up on this one or is going up tomorrow, I think, which is Saturday. I think it should be. It could be any day. I'm very confused. But let me tell you, this is the love of my life when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. The love of my life. If you want to see swatches, if you want to see 5 looks with this palette, then check out that review when it's up. I've done 5 looks with this palette using every shade in here, so you can really see what it can do. So check that one out. I'll link it down below as soon as it's live. If it's live already, it'll already be there. Who knows what's happening? Certainly not me. Next up, this little number. This is MAC's Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is the Cherry Blossom scent, which came out with their Boom Boom Bloom collection, which was like was it a spring collection? I feel like it should have been a spring collection, but it might have been winter collection. Who knows? It was sometime in 2019. They did a Boom Boom Bloom collection. You'll have to take my word for it. And this was the special Fix Plus for that collection. And I've only just cracked it open. I think I used it in the initial review, and then it went back in my drawer because I had a half empty one, which is now finally finished, and I can finally crack this one open. And oh my god, I usually buy the coconut one because coconut is like my thing. It's my scent. I have everything coconut. Body lotion, moisturizer, shower gel, shampoo. I like everything coconut. So that is usually what I buy. And when that one ran out, I wasn't really expecting to like love this scent. I just wanted the beautiful bottle. And my plan is when it's empty, I'll buy a new regular Fix Plus and keep using this bottle. I'll keep putting it in here so I can have this pretty bottle. I mean, it's so pretty. Look at that. But I've actually been pleasantly surprised because the smell is really, really beautiful. It reminds me of Parma Violets. I think I'm the only one in the world who actually likes to eat Parma violets. Whenever my kids have a bag, like a selection bag of sweets, they give me the Parma violets. They palm off the Parma violets, if you will, on me because they don't want to eat them, but I love them. And this really smells like a faint Parma violet scent. I just love it. It is so nice. I think it's still available in lots of places, so you still can get your hands on it, and the bottle is divine. Next up, I picked up another shade of the by Terry Hyaluronic Tinted powder this month, and I'm loving it. Obviously I've gone more into my winter fairer skin. I don't want to say fair because everyone will kill me. Light medium, more light medium skin that I tend to wear in the winter, and this is the shade 200 Natural. So if you're closer to my winter skin tone, this is a great shade for all over the face. For us, I love it as much as the shade 300 that I use in the summer. Exactly the same thing, you know, don't have any issues with the shade. Both beautiful on the skin. I've regularly setting my face since I met this powder, since it was introduced to my face. And that is something I never thought would happen because it just doesn't change the finish of my foundation, which is something I've really had issues with powder. I don't want to be mattified. That is the last thing I want. I do not want it. I don't even want my hair to be mattified. I don't want anything to be matte. I want to be a glowy, luminous girl. You know, I want to look full of life and healthy and youthful. And because I have fairly normal skin, in order to do that, I need a more glowy, luminous foundation. And if I put then a setting powder over the top, it almost always does mattify me somewhat. And I'm not here for that. Whereas this one, I feel like it takes any kind of real shine or like wetness away around my nose area where I sometimes get a bit shiny in my T-zone, but it doesn't take the edge off the foundation. It doesn't make my foundation matte, which is what I love about it, and it just looks really natural and beautiful and smooth on the skin. Next up, a concealer that I love. You will have already seen my review of this one. So this is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self Refreshing Concealer. I think I got it right. Who knew? I love this concealer. If you haven't seen that review, then check it out if you want to see it on going on and how it performs. I quite like this really weird little applicator as well. I find this gives me, I've got it on today actually, it actually covers my dark circles without mega creasing and without mega aging me, which is almost unique when it comes to concealers. As you'll know, if you're over 30, that is the struggle. If you have dark circles, you have to choose, do I want to cover my dark circles or do I want to look 10 years younger? Those are kind of your options, and I feel like very few concealers do both, where they give you a lot of coverage but they don't really age you, and this is one of those. Next up, a mascara. I know, if you thought I was never going to stop using Lancome Monsieur Big, you were kind of wrong. I've used it for so long and loved it for so long, sometimes I just need to try something else, but every time I try something, it's never as good and I always end up going back. This is the Pat McGrath Fetisheyes mascara. It's the mascara I've got on today, and I've been really loving this one. I bought it previously and reviewed it, but then repurchased the Monsieur Big because it is just that hair thicker than this one. But recently I've been kind of enjoying a slightly less thick lash. This one still gives me the drama, the length, the volume, the curl, all of the above and more, but it's just a hair more natural because it gives you more separation, so you keep more lashes. The Lancome Monsieur Big does join lots of lashes together and gives you that clumpier look, whereas this one keeps your lashes more separated. So I'm definitely considering between the two. When this one is gone, I don't know which one I'm going to choose, but at the moment I am obsessed with this one. I love it. This one is also better on lower lashes. Monsieur Big is definitely, for me, with quite long lower lashes, it's too much, whereas this one is perfect on lower lashes as well. Next up, we've got to talk about these lipsticks from Lisa Eldridge. Of course they're in here. Again, I've got a whole video and lip swatches on all of the shades that I picked up. Today I am wearing Velvet Muse. These are her new lipsticks. She brought out some new shades of her Velvet formula that you must check out. If there's any left, you must check them out because they're absolutely beautiful. This shade, which is Myth, is definitely sold out now. And I have seen on Lisa's website in her FAQs, she says that she plans to release these velvets once a year. So these will not be back. When they've sold out, they won't be back until this time next year. She's going to do them once a year because they are apparently incredibly high maintenance, I was going to say. They're incredibly hard to produce, take a huge amount of work and a huge amount of time, so she's just really not here for doing it multiple times a year is what she's saying. So they will only be out once a year. I guess she may add shades, she may take shades away, so when they come back next year, if there's any left now, that's going to be your chance to get them. Otherwise, they're gone for a year again. But she did say she's going to be bringing back some of her creamier, sort of luxuriously lucent formula. They'll be coming back in the spring. So these are the swatches. This is Muse, the sold out Myth, and Velvet Jazz, which was previously released in her original collection, one of her reds. This one I definitely think is still available. Myth sold out almost straight away, and Muse I think is also sold out, but she does have some sets, and I think Muse is still available in some of the sets. They're just heaven. This, I mean, they just feel like you don't have lipstick on. I feel as though I go about my day and I think when I look in the mirror my lipstick's fully gone because I can't feel it there, but it's still fully in place. I went to the theatre with my kids last week. We went to see The Grinch, which was just divine. The first time we've ever taken them to the theatre. We were very worried because it didn't even start until 7:30 and it finished at 9:15. One of my children is 3 years old. Imagine the terror. But they were angels. They loved it, and it was absolutely magical start to like our Christmas season. So that was very exciting. I did my makeup 2 hours before we had to leave, probably. We left, it was like an hour and a half away. We had some pizza when we got there and ate pizza and chips. I had a pint of beer. I went to the toilet in the interval. Lipstick fully still on, fully still there, didn't even need to touch it up. Pardon me. So yeah, an absolutely divine matte formula. These mattes are just like nothing else I've ever used. They feel so comfortable, like you haven't got any lipstick on, yet they are really, really beautifully matte. So just an absolute joy to use. Next up, this is a blush that is not new, but I rediscover things once I go into my winter skin tone. There's lots of things like blushes and bronzers in particular that I can't really use in summer because they just don't show up, or they don't show up how I want them to. They might even be lighter than my skin, some of the bronzers in summer. So I rediscover things in winter. It's like I've suddenly got a whole new makeup collection again. And this is Charlotte Tilbury's Cheek to Chic blush in the shade The Climax. I've got definitely quite a lot of use out of this, but I haven't been able to use it, as I say, recently because my skin has been too dark and this is a bit of a lighter blush on me. But now that winter is here, I've been able to pick it back up again. I just love the finish of this. It is a sort of peachy tone. It is that sort of natural peachy tone as you would expect that I love. Goes with any makeup look. It's got that gorgeous glow to it that I absolutely love in my blushes. It's the perfect everyday, not gonna clash, not gonna fight with anything, not gonna, you know, not go with your eye makeup if you do a different shade, and it's just really beautiful and glowy and healthy on the skin. I absolutely love it. And then some serious lip essentials. I mean, I use lip products all year round. Like I use the Laneige lip sleeping mask every night all year round. But recently, as you can imagine, in winter I've really had to step things up, and these two products, this is MAC's Lip Scrubtious. I have the sweet vanilla scent or flavour, whatever you want to call it. It does taste like vanilla. Sometimes I eat it, you know, a little snack in the morning. These two have been saving my lips. I am using both of these morning and night at the moment. I don't tend to use this one in the morning during summer because it is exfoliating. I mean, obviously so is this, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do tend to only use this overnight. In the summer at the moment, I'm just going all in. My lips need help. First thing I do when I get up in the morning, I do my skincare routine, I get my lip scrub on, and then I put this on. while I'm doing all my makeup and everything else, having breakfast. If I'm not putting makeup on, this just stays on all day. But oh my goodness, these are saving my lips. I'm actually having to lip scrub morning and night at the moment because my lips are just in a constant state of chap, is what they are. And these two together are just saving my lips. They're staying really nice and soft and moisturized and as unchapped as possible, as long as I just keep on top of these two products. They are my absolute holy grails when it comes to lips, especially this time of year, because I have to be really careful because I really struggle with skin picking. It's a condition that I really struggle with. I know I've talked about it before. Mainly it's my fingers, and you may notice that my fingers are always deformed and horribly maimed because I'm just awful, and it's an anxiety thing that I do, as I pick the skin on my fingers, and I do it to my lips as well, and if they get chapped then I do it way worse and it can make my lips really bleed. So I really have to keep on top of chapping, otherwise it really doesn't help me with my condition. So yeah, if you have that same condition and you're trying to keep your lips smooth so it's not as tempting to pick at them and hurt them, then I would really recommend getting on top of a lip scrub. They have all different flavours in the MAC lip scrub, and I think it's really, really good, really, really nice. You don't have to wipe it off, it just all dissolves and leaves like an oil on your lips, which is really, really nice because you can do it in bed, which is where I prefer to do my skincare and everything. Now, last but not least, this gorgeous hoodie. Look at it. Look at that. Isn't it cute? And here's the back. I feel like a really drunk Victoria's Secret model. And that's what it says on the back. I am drunk. Drunk in love though. Let me tell you, I've no idea why I got sent this. I've no idea. As far as I know, I'm not on the Drunk Elephant PR list. As far, I would love to be. I would definitely love to be. They've never sent me any of their products or anything like that. I do tag them if I use their skincare and things like that. And you guys know I've raved about their retinol cream, which is one of my all-time favourite skincare products. Then this just turned up and I was shook. I don't know what's happening, but I am so grateful and I love it. I mean, that little elephant is so cute. And I was sitting editing in my freezing cold house, really trying hard not to put the heating on, because once you've started with the heating, it's just got to be on all of the time. Once you've felt the benefit, it's very hard to go back, and actually that has now happened. But I was really trying to not have the heating on all day, and there was a little knock at the door. There I was freezing away trying to do my editing with blue frostbitten fingers, and this just turned up, and it honestly is the warmest, nicest hoodie, and it's super long. I mean, it's like they saved my life that day. So a massive thank you to Drunk Elephant for this lovely hoodie. I am loving and really appreciating it, and I don't know, you know, why you've sent it to me, but I don't want to ask any questions, honestly. I'm just gonna appreciate it and love it, because who wouldn't? So there you have it, guys. Those are my favourites for the month of November, my last monthly favourites of 2019. Next time I see you for favourites, it will be the whole yearly favourites. Last year I made the mistake of not including limited edition products in my yearly favourites because I thought that was mean and cruel to be like, oh, this is the best blush ever. You can't have it. Apparently you guys love a bit of punishment and you are really quite sadistic. So I will be including limited editions this year. Well, tell me what you think I should do. Should I keep them in or leave them out? I really hope you enjoyed this video and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.